That might be my new nickname for you.
What's that?
Rare breed.
For slow mo.
Everybody, I'm Bob,
I'm Charlie.
and this is Bourbon Brawl.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
So before we get into it, I'm gonna let Bob explain what in the world's going
I
on.
don't know if I can keep it together
ahead.
enough to explain.
I know that was just I can't because you know what, mine won't be funny. Mine will be like in a very negative way. So I'm gonna let you do it.
So, and I'm hoping Charlie. I asked Charlie to save some of the supposedly.
I promise. I swear. So
Supposedly, our last Bourbon Brawl got recorded in slow motion somehow. This is Charlie's story anyway. So, but it was funny as hell. But of course, that means nothing now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean
Yeah. So,
we have it in our memory.
yeah. So anyway, so we're doing our tasting. It's Weller against something we don't know what it is, and I don't know, about 3/4 of the way through, Charlie is convinced that one of the glasses is Weller, and he's just being all
Cocky about it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
very cocky about it. Da, 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 da. And at first I was like, okay, but then the more I was smelling, I'm like, I don't think so. I think the other one is. And then he's like, nope, no, I know it is. And then
And then I started calling it Weller.
yeah, he
I
did.
didn't call it by
He
letter.
started, yeah, he would call. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you mean Weller? You mean the Weller?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, B or whatever." And he's like, "No, you mean Weller." And I'm like, okay. But then we flipped the sheets, and it was priceless.
It was probably our funniest episode ever.
I know.
And so I'm doing post production, and because there was a bet in there and I lost.
Yeah,
And
something about shaving his head.
yeah,
He
well,
said, I will shave my head
unless we have proof of it.
if this is exactly if this is not Weller.
So Bob is all geeked up about it. Like, oh yeah, you know. So I'm doing post production on it, and I promise, I promise, I still promise.
Whatever you say, Charlie.
And I'm sitting there listening to it or watching it. It's all in 2x slow mo. I'm like, what in the world? And I'm thinking I did something wrong, and so I redid it, and it just I must hit a wrong button on the record. I promise. So we don't have that video to show you, only to tell you that rare breed, wild turkey rare breed won.
Yeah.
Which to me is amazing in itself, because I'm going to tell you, we've had many, I would say many blinds. We've had a few blinds with with rare breed in it.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. But each time I have scored it, or not really scored it, we always ranked it or whatever, it always came in the bottom half for me.
Yeah.
And I generally do not like wild turkey.
Yeah, and just for the record, I voted the other way around.
Yes, you did.
And he voted up what he thought was Weller so high
Yes.
that it turned out being rare breed, and rare breed won.
Yes.
So even though I voted for the Weller green, his vote took over.
So that's why you see just miraculously rare breed is up here, and you're probably wondering what the heck happened to Weller. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. We can just tell you what happened.
So I think that might be my new nickname for you.
What's that?
Rare breed.
For slow mo. You can call me that.
That too. Yep.
You can call me slow mo if you like. That's fine. So, anyways, we have a new blind. One of them being rare breed, and the other one we're not sure about.
Sure what it is. Yeah.
So that's how we're gonna do this bourbon brawl. So, and then typically, not that you guys care. I just whatever. So we can have a show for you on Monday. Because we at that point we don't have one, so we're doing a improv over the weekend.
Yeah.
Where Bob has graciously we agreed to kind of get back together over the weekend.
Yeah, we're recording this on Sunday, so yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, that being said, we're gonna drink some bourbon on nothing like on a Sunday evening.
No, and we're gonna get after we're done here. We're gonna see who's winning the Philadelphia.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Buffalo game.
Buffalo game. Yeah.
All right. So on to Glass A. I know. It's I know. I swear to God, I didn't do that on purpose. Got a nice nose.
Uh-huh.
And I will from this point on, I'm done guessing what things are, because after last week that was bad.
You were so convinced.
I know. But this is good. This is a good nose. I say slight caramel, slight vanilla, and I know I keep on saying this over and over and over again, but I'm telling you, I would say over half bourbons that I smell are vanilla caramel, or maybe it's the same. I don't know. That's what I get. I know I get really redundant on this, but the whole thing is just to tell
I
you
get the caramel, but
what we do on it.
it's also a little grassy to me.
Okay, so good news. Now in for the drink. You already into the drink?
Yeah.
I would say like the last two or three episodes.
I'm getting my speeds getting back
Yeah,
on.
last two episodes. Wow, okay, all right. That's a through and through. That's a when I say a tight bourbon, meaning that it doesn't go off into other things. I mean, it goes right down the channel of what a bourbon usually tastes like to me.
Okay.
It hits all the things. It hits a little bit of high proof, not a whole. It's not punchy. But the vanilla caramel just kind of goes through, and then there's a small finish to it, small to medium finish, I would say, maybe medium finish, I'll say, and it's almost milky. But we'll see how that goes.
And I'm gonna reserve judgment because
Yeah,
it's A.
Aren't I gonna do that?
What's that?
Nothing. I've already learned that. I'll
No.
reserve judgment.
Well, and I'm not feeling that, but I could change my mind the second taste.
Okay, so that was Glass A for us. You good with Glass A? Mm-hmm. So now we are on to Glass B. And let's see what this bad boy is all about. This is different, I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. This is much more rich.
Like a dark fruit. I don't get the vanilla caramel, but it's like a dark fruit. All right, this is livelier. I'll say that.
Lovely.
It's either proofier or it's rye-ish. Not sure which. I want to lean on the side of proofier. I don't get that stringent rye. Not stringent, but usually when you have a rye, you can kind of tell.
It's a little spicier.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's the proof doing that, or what. I do like the finish on that.
If I had to guess, it's a little bit of both.
Got the nose on that. I'm not saying it's not a vanilla caramel. I know I keep on saying that, but I get dark fruits on this one. This is gonna be a close one, at least in my mind.
Yeah, I'm interested to go back to A.
Like an apple.
Which I know. What's that?
I get like an apple.
On B?
Yeah.
I know it's not exciting to everybody that I'm going back to A, but I'll go back to A to give it a fair shake.
Oh, I'm sure there's people at home on the edge of their seats.
Just waiting to hear what Bob had to say.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna go back to A as well. This is a close one. I get more. Man, I get more vanilla now. I get like a sweet vanilla. I got that Sweet Caroline music in my head now.
Bum, bum, bum. So good. So good. So good.
I know we don't get off topic ever. But
Right.
some NFL stadiums have their own songs and stuff. Right?
I assume that, but I hear it's very expensive for them to buy those. Yeah.
All right. I don't think every NFL stadium does, right? Mm-hmm. Like Renegade obviously belongs to the Steelers. I'm just curious as far as other stadiums.
Okay.
Not belong.
Seems like everybody has Welcome to the Jungle. I thought that was only a Bengals thing until years ago. No,
oh, really?
You heard it
have a game? Have a song?
Other stadiums have it too, yeah.
Oh. I'm just curious about other NFL stadiums. As far as where they're... it's weird, but... Anyways, I know this is Bourbon Brawl, not our full episode. But FC Cincinnati, they play Mr. Brightside by the Killers at the end of each victory.
I don't know that I know that one.
Oh, it's a great song, but I don't understand the correlation. But maybe I can listen to the... I'll play it too. I'm not saying
Okay.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Excuse me.
Anyways, I don't see how that's being a sports song, but for some reason it is. All right. Well, I got my scores ready to go.
Yeah, it's time for me to do some math.
All right, we're going to take a break here, and we'll right back with the final scores.
Thank you.
Yep.
We are back.
Yes, we are. So after much math and I'm not sure, we checked out some football scores too.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Bob, why don't you go ahead and go first? And what do you got on it?
I'm very curious about something because I didn't elaborate much on A because I wanted to make sure I gave it a second chance.
Okay.
You seem pretty fond of the finish with A.
At a medium. All I said was a medium
A
finish.
medium finish. Okay.
I wouldn't say that I was fond of it.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I gave it a 7.5.
Okay. I very much dislike the finish, which I don't usually
really?
say. Yeah. It was just
Off-putting?
it was harsh to me. It was
Really?
it was harsh. Yeah.
Okay.
I just did not like it. I gave it a 7 on the nose.
Okay.
I gave it a 7.5 on the taste. Oh, the taste was okay. I don't know. It didn't offer a whole lot, and I just thought the finish just hit me in the gut. No matter how many pretzels I gnawed on or tried whatever,
Okay.
it was just harsh to me, and it lasted for a little bit. But what there was of it wasn't pleasant. So I gave it a 6.75 on the finish for a 71.
Is that for a 71?
Yeah, 71.75 was my score.
Was that your lowest finish you've had?
Probably, yeah.
I don't ever remember you finishing
Yeah.
a bourbon that low.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why I was curious about what you had
Yeah,
said. 'Cause I was like, at first I just thought it was because it was the first bourbon I had, maybe, but then I'm like, I still didn't like it the second time around.
Well, I liked it a little bit better than Bob did. Not much, but I gave 8 on the nose. I gave 7.5 on the taste and a 7.5 on the finish. Giving me. Wait a minute. Oh, it's going to be a 76. Yes.
Okay, 76. Okay,
Yeah,
very
so,
good. Okay.
anywho.
So I'm going to B. B was much more pleasant for me. I gave it an 8.25 on the nose, an 8.25 on the taste, and then I gave it a 7.5 on the finish. It was a much better finish, but it wasn't outstanding. I wouldn't say. But all in all, I thought it was a well-rounded bourbon, and it gave me a total of 80.25 for B.
One of these days, you and I are going to nail it on
You said that last time.
I know, but we were getting closer, and we were getting closer.
Closer, okay.
And we were very close again today.
Okay, on B. Okay.
So on nose, I'm sorry, reread your thing.
It was an 8.25 on the nose, an 8.25 on the taste, and a 7.5
Okay.
on the finish for an 80.25.
All right. I gave it 8 all the way down.
Okay.
Gave me an 80.
Yeah, it's about as close as you can get.
So now we're 0.25 off. So, Bob, you have the answer key on the back.
Right, and we also have the letters.
So we got to do something different tonight because we didn't have our. We'll call her the producer. The producer was not here to do the blind, so we had to shuffle them.
Yeah.
And you don't want to know how we did it. It's just we just did it. We don't know, but we had to mark the glasses too. But it's one of the multiple glasses. So what?
Oh, okay. So A was A.
Oh, A was A. So what's
And
A?
A was 4R.
Oh, 4 roses small batch.
Oh, okay, okay. And
Yeah,
then
4
the
R's,
other
4
was
The
Mr. Rare Breed.
Okay, so Rare
Yeah.
Breed wins again.
Wins again, yes.
Goes against everything I believe in. It does. It goes against everything I believe in. Rare Breed somehow won twice.
Man.
I don't know. Whatever.
Somebody was talking about
I guess
you
he'll come around.
work the other day, and they said that Charlie guy, he's an odd bird.
At work?
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
and you know what I said?
What?
I said no, he's not. He's just a rare breed.
Oh, my God. You did not.
No, I did not.
Okay. But you can't wait now. Oh, my God.
But I'm still going to call you RB from now on.
Yes,
man.
Rare Breed. I'm the
You're the
anti-rare
Rare
breed. You know what, though? I know on another channel, there's one whiskey of the year.
You mentioned that.
They did 64 bourbons.
Was that right?
In
Wow.
like in a March Madness bracket, and it went on forever. However, this thing beat out everything.
Oh wow! How about that?
I
Yeah.
think it beat out early times.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean,
So here we go. We got.
I wonder why I've never liked it before, but I like it now. Maybe it's aired out, and you talked about that.
I talked about that. Yeah. That's.
You think there's
yeah.
something to it?
I think there might be something to it. Yeah. Because actually, I've been holding off on talking about it because I was going to save it for
Okay.
when we do our live thing on the Friday night.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it up with those guys
Okay, yeah.
because
But there's something to it, right?
I think there might be something to it. Yeah,
Because I'm scoring this better now than I did when we first.
yeah. Well, it was kind of the same for Baker 7
Okay.
when we were doing that early on too. That was
Right.
scoring better. So yeah, I think there might be something to it. So
Man, we need like Bill Nye, the science guy, to get on here to explain the evolution of bourbon that just sits there.
right. But yeah,
Man, there's got to be something to it because for whatever reason, I enjoy rare breed now. Which,
yeah.
anytime if I win something or someone gives me as a gift, that's a wild turkey thing, or Angel's Envy. Watch, I should try Angel's Envy now. It'll be good. I give it away because I really do not like it. And I don't even like Wild Turkey 101 anymore, even though that was my entry bourbon to get into bourbon. It's just, your palate changes, right?
Right.
And I like other things, and I think everybody should do that, and they'll understand that too. Is like when you first get into bourbon, I almost challenge you.
Yeah.
A year later, go back to that same bourbon that got you into it and see if you even like it anymore. Because assuming that you've tried other bourbons, you just never know.
Wow. Yeah, the four roses small batch was just not appealing to
So
me.
you
at
like
all.
to finish it all,
Didn't like to finish it.
and that's a winner for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Or is a small batch.
Yeah.
So go figure. So
Yeah.
all right. Well, that does it for Bourbon Brawl. However, one more thing I want to remind everybody. We have a Thursday show coming up, but then that's it for our contest. That's the end of November.
All right.
So people need to understand that we do have entries, and doesn't mean that you can't win. Still,
Right.
But if you like anything that you see on the back of this shelf, or anything for that matter, that we might have tasted in our Bourbon Brawls, or anything like I said, George C. Stagg, William Lorella, Coy Hill.
So Bart sounds up there that you can't see, but
we have the series from 4, skipping 5, which no one likes 5, all the way up to 9.
Yep.
And we had stopped. And I'm hoping one day that we get our hands on maybe another Bardstown one day to maybe come back. But you and I didn't like 10, so we kind of just
Right.
And they're expensive.
No, they are. Yeah.
It's a $150 bottle. So
Yeah.
But anyways, that being said, subscribe and comment which bottle you'd like to enter to win as far as sample.
Right.
We're not getting the whole bottle. But that runs until Thursday.
Okay.
And then the following Thursday, we'll do a auto generator, and we'll pick someone's name on that show.
Sounds good.
Until then, I'm Charlie.
And I'm Bob.
All right, we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
All right.